What's up, YouTubers? Today we're going to talk about the DPx Hest-F Urban, a Robert Young Pelton RYP design. This knife weighs 4.3 ounces, sports a 2.88-inch blade of S35 VN steel, and prices at $375, made in the USA. As far as some comparison knives, the base Hinder model I found very much in the small tank category. This particular one is the slicer grind. That one goes for $425 and weighs 4.4 ounces, so a little bit heavier. It is a little bit chunkier in the hand than this one. And then also the McNeese Performance Machined Mac 2, definitely also I found was quite in that realm. This is a little bit thinner in the hand and also quite milled out, so a little bit lighter. But that's kind of where this knife falls into, is in between those two. As far as like a full titanium, since this one does have a front side titanium as well as a full titanium frame, or well, the full backside, that would take the Hinder up to about $625, generally speaking. So I don't think that that would be kind of in the same price range, but that would be in the same titanium range, if you will. In terms of the features of this one, I've already go ahead and led the video with that one, but we'll talk about those. The pocket deployer, which doubles as a bottle opener, is right here. It works okay as a pocket deployer, get it about half the time. As a bottle opener, as you noticed, you had to go ahead and do it one time, quarter turn your bottle, and then do the other side, and that worked fine. The tungsten carbide glass breaker worked really well. That was actually borosilicate glass Pyrex that I had destroyed with this one, and I was trying to go as gently as I could to see how little effort I would have to put. Generally speaking, if you're in an actual life-saving situation where you need to break glass, you're going to take this in hand and whack it. I was doing very soft to see what it would take, and it didn't take a whole lot of effort. Again, borosilicate actually takes a whole lot more effort than regular tempered glass to break. So in terms of that, this also has a 1/4-inch nut driver here that I would say, as again the video showed, does not, I wish the pocket clip would be turned just a little bit more, so that then you would have a little bit more forward pressure on anything that you need to actually utilize that 1/4-inch driver. This could also double up as a lanyard hole, so I kind of like that. Anytime you get multiple opportunities to utilize something for some other purpose, it's a good thing. The wire strippers I thought were, I don't know. This is your atypical wire stripper, and I think I used it right. I don't know. But I would say for the most part, just use the edge to strip your sheathing of the wiring. It works great for that. And yeah, you can maybe just pull it off with your hand at that point in time. So the wire strippers, it does provide 3 different gauges there, as you can see there. And then the pocket clip is completely adjustable to the other side too. That's one thing. I did actually disassemble this one for some maintenance, just to clean it out and smooth it up and Loctite some things up. It works great. But the clip is fully reversible over to the other side, left-handed, definitely as a thumb stud only, and not as a, you know, obviously with a frame lock, you're not going to be able to do a whole lot as far as the Spidey flick there goes. In terms of the pros on this knife, this thing is definitely a little tank. Medium large hands. I get a full 4 fingers in there, and it's just great. It fills the hand good. The pocket clip actually kind of fills that little void there in the hand nicely. in any position. Really love that one. And really that kind of goes together with the ergos on this knife. Pull cuts, you know, push cuts, really good. The only ergo that doesn't work, we'll talk about that when we get to the cons. But for the most part, yeah, this is a really good knife. Choked up, you can get really far up close to that blade. Not a problem, you got a little landing there. So really like that. The PVD coating on this blade is, I think, you know, PVD is whatever, physical vapor dispersion. I think this one is somewhat of a Cerakoting or ceramic, because I have literally used this for 2.5 weeks straight, and it's around Christmas time. There's boxes galore coming in with all sorts of adhesive on them, and the adhesive just does not stick to this PVD coating blade. So that was just kind of a surprise. I've used other PVDs. I think Spyderco does a great job. Benchmade does a good job. This PVD coating it feels a little bit rough, like almost like a Kershaw handle. But I literally have not had to use alcohol or anything to get any sort of adhesives off this blade, and it's been really good. So in that sense, fantastic PVD coating. It just doesn't attract adhesive on that one. I do love the multi-use of this knife. It definitely did multiple things, and I was very happy with most of them. Some of them, a little bit better than others. You know, in terms of the cons, I think the wire stripping as a jimping was a little bit of a trade-off here, and a lot of times things on knives, you know, and other tools are going to be a trade-off. But where the wire strippers go, it's to provide you some grip in this jimping up here. But I'm just going to go ahead and exaggerate that a little bit. But you can see the indentations it makes on my thumb. Not the most comfortable if you're actually going to be cutting through something really hard in a saber grip like this. As a hammer grip, this knife is fantastic, but as a saber grip, it just, you know, like I said, it's going to do a little bit of uncomfortableness there. So that's a little bit exaggerated here just for this video. This thing, as you saw in the opening, this thing is a cutter. It's not a slicer. I cut some cork. I went through lots of boxes. It did okay for some single ply, but double ply, it definitely gets caught up because it has these shoulders up here, and it's very thick blade stock. So it's, again, a good cutter, great. As a slicer, not that great. And then the last thing I honestly would say is really one of the cons for me is, what is all of this writing on the back spacer? It's a nice titanium back spacer, and it did not attract a magnet, but DPx hest-f 065 062 134, what is that all about? This is such a beautiful knife. They even hid the blade steel on the blade markings on it, so that when it's put away, you can see the CPM S35E in there. And all you have exposed is I love the lovely lettering of Robert Young Pelton right there. Everything else looks great. You know, even the USA made is kind of subtle over here on the lock bar side. But then you get to this back side and you have all these lettering, and it's like, what's going on with that? They turned a beautiful knife that is completely functional and tough into I don't know, some sort of, I think that's its patent number. And it does make sense, because if you look down deep in there, it basically says patents. I just wish they had not put the patent number, if I think that's what that is. Just left that nice and clean. That really, to me, I don't know, it's a con. It just is. It's one of those things, had I got the regular beater version versus kind of this nice hammered titanium, it wouldn't have been as big of a deal, but still, I was just like, oh, come on. You know, overall, I would like to say this knife, if you like little tanks, this is a little tank that is absolutely in league with the Hinder half track, the performance, the McNeese PM or whatever performance machine ground 2. Very, very good, youthful, very capable, a decent steel S35 yen, and yeah, I definitely would recommend this knife. Loved carrying it. And just, yeah, so hope you did enjoy this. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe, and have a great day. Take care now. What's up, YouTubers? Today we're going to talk about the DPx HEST Urban F, or F Urban. Shit, start that again.